Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Visionary Corner. As you all know, during the month of August, we're going to be celebrating women from different fields, from entrepreneurship, corporate, entertainment, the legal field. And today we have a special guest who's from the legal field. She's an attorney. Good day, man.
Good day, sir.
How are you?
Good yourself?
I'm fine. Can you please tell us more about yourself?
Okay, I'm Kale Rendo Ramarata and I'm 25 years old.
Okay, you graduated from the University of Venda with a Bachelor's of Law in 2017. Then you completed your articles at the law firm in Johannesburg and Germiston, right?
That's correct.
Okay, what motivated you to study law?
Growing up, watching the Suits, I loved what I used to see. I really loved to be an attorney from what I saw happening on the Suits.
Then from what you were seeing from the suit, is it what you see in your everyday life when you practice?
Not at all, not at all. It's totally different. It's totally different and a bit challenging, but it's a beautiful challenge, hey?
But at first when you saw the difference, were you shocked or you were happy or you managed to blend inside?
I managed to blend inside, that's what I can say.
But I believe passion is everything that you need.
Exactly, passion, doing what you love and enjoying what you do.
Then how did you discover that law is the perfect career for you?
I'm very much well spoken, I'm very much confident, and I'm a hard worker, so yeah. That is how I discovered that I can make a good lawyer, and I am a good lawyer.
And you know, most people don't know that in law there are two types of lawyers. There's an attorney and an advocate. What is the difference?
An attorney is that lawyer that you find in a law firm. When you have a problem, you approach a law firm, you speak to an attorney, the attorney consults with you, they open a file for you, they start drafting all those documents for you, and then an advocate gets in a picture when the matter is trial ready, when the matter is ready to go to court. So the attorney briefs the advocate. They prepare a brief from all the documents that they drafted, and then they give it to the advocate, and then the advocate goes to court and represents the clients according to the attorney's brief.
So why did you choose to become an attorney instead of becoming an advocate?
And being an attorney is advantageous because, well, an advocate gets paid by an attorney. So as an attorney, at least you
get paid.
Exactly.
Yeah, you make money from yourself.
You make money for yourself, and then now you can pay the advocate. So I find it advantageous in that fashion.
And don't you think being an attorney, like owning a law firm, comes with a lot of responsibilities?
Yes, it definitely comes with a lot of responsibilities, and it requires a whole lot of discipline, because remember, you have a trust account, so you need to hold clients' monies, and you need to be truthful, and yeah.
Okay, do you think it's being an advocate has its own advantages, or it depends on the kind of person you are?
Being an advocate?
Yeah.
Everything comes with its own advantages, yes. So it is also an advantage that you just go to court. You don't have to go through drafting, you don't have to go through consulting with clients and building the case. Yes.
And I heard that, I think it was in 2018, there's this new legislation that came for legal practitioners, right?
Yes, it is the Legal Practice Act. So we moved from the Attorneys Act to the Legal Practice Act. So now advocates and attorneys are all seen as one. We are all legal practitioners. There's no great division as it used to be.
So since this new legislation, is it possible for an advocate to deal with a client directly?
Yes, but those advocates need to first have a trust account, and then there are certain requirements that they need to meet before they can actually deal with the client in the absence of an attorney.
So what are the two different routes that one should take for becoming an advocate and an attorney?
Okay, first of all, you both need your LLB degrees, and then after that, whilst attorneys go to law school, to the School for Legal Practice, advocates go to, they do what's called pupillage. Yeah, so they do that for a period of a year, whilst attorneys go to law school, the School of Legal Practice, for 6 months. And then after that, whilst attorneys serve articles, Okay, advocates don't have articles, so that pupillage covers their sort of like articles. And then, whilst attorneys write board exams, the advocates write their bar exams. So, yeah, that's what happens.
So you need to pass those bar and board exams in order to qualify.
Yes, in order to be admitted, yes.
Then if you have let's say you only have an LLB, can you go in the legal field, like where you don't have to represent people in court or anything? Are there enough careers there?
Yes, there are. Law is very much broad. With your LLB degree, you can even choose to be a prosecutor if you are interested in representing the state in criminal matters, and then you're going to be that lawyer that's always found in court.
Yeah.
The one, yeah. So, yeah, you can be a prosecutor. And then there are also sidebar advocates. Sidebar advocates don't go through any training after their law degrees. So they just make an application to the High Court and then they get admitted. They get the title of being an advocate. However, attorneys don't prefer briefing sidebar advocates because they are not, like you cannot even, they're not really recognized, and then you cannot report them anyway should anything go wrong with your client's case. So, yeah.
So as you were applying for articles, did you have any difficulties in getting articles?
Yes, getting articles it's not easy at all. It's a challenge to such an extent that the Law Society had an agreement with SACETA people. So SACETA funds law graduates who manage to get a law firm that's willing to train them but feel that they cannot pay them or they don't want to pay them. So you can go and register your articles with the law firm, and then SACETA will pay you as a monthly stipend.
Then, what do you think is the easiest way to get articles? What advice would you give to someone who's still studying, maybe who's doing their third year or fourth year?
Advise them to participate in moot court clubs, because that is what I participated in. That is where my confidence was built. That is how I got exposed to litigation, because we used to do cases, mock trials and all that. So I would advise a law student to participate in such.
So it's important as a law student to volunteer and to take part in these organizations.
Yes, it's very much important. It's very much important.
Then what are some of the legal challenges that you face in the field?
For myself, because I'm passionate and I love this, I can't really say I face any challenges, honestly. I don't face any challenges. I wake up every day and I just love what I do.
So I think it's important for fans at home to do what they love. They shouldn't just go to the career because of the money.
Exactly.
Or status.
Exactly.
Because I think a career like law, you wouldn't survive if you went there for the money and the status, looking at the hard work that lawyers do.
Not at all. Not at all. You wouldn't survive.
So passion is the key.
Passion is the key.
So what are some of the challenges that you met in a journey while you were still studying and getting your articles?
I started facing challenges when I was writing my board exams, because they are 4.
Yeah.
But the workload is like they are 40.
And
And then you only write them in 2 days. So it's paper 1 and paper 2 on one day, paper 3 and paper 4 the other day. So the first time that I wrote my board exams, I was still fresh from law school. I was prepared, but I failed all of them because I think I was panicking and the workload was just too much. But on my second try, I passed all 4. So that is the challenge that I encountered.
And how did you manage to deal with the failure when you failed them for the first time?
I was very much disturbed because I couldn't understand why. Because like I said, that I was still fresh from law school. I was prepared. I had all the materials and everything, but well, it happened.
Yeah.
So,
and don't you think failure is part of the journey? You should embrace it.
Exactly. Failure is part of the journey. You should reconcile yourself with the fact that I might fail, but that doesn't mean that this is where it ends.
And,
You get up and move forward. So here I am today.
But you see, your story is motivating for someone who's facing challenges in adversity. Maybe they failed a module or they couldn't register. There are challenges that they are facing. They should know that challenges will always be there, but they will conquer one day.
Exactly.
Just put in their hard work.
Just hard work and dedication.
And you know, my friends were asking some of the questions. Let me check the first one. They were asking, what are the requirements of becoming a lawyer?
Of studying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That differs from institution to institution. The institution that I studied at, they require that I have a 60 for my English. Yeah, so they need a strong command of English. So, and then the APS score shouldn't be less than 29. So that differs from each institution. So you can just check out the prospectus of the university that you are interested in.
So the most important subject in law is your language marks.
Just your language. It doesn't matter which modules you're doing or which modules you did.
Because you know, you can see, you learn a lot of people telling you if you want to become a lawyer, you should do history, and you don't know when they get that type of information.
Yeah, that's wrong information because I myself, I didn't even do history.
Yeah, but you managed to study law.
Exactly, because they just looked at my APS score, which met the required APS score, and then they looked at my English, which was above 60, so yeah.
And what do you specialize in, or which units do you deal with in law?
At the law firm that I'm at now, we do medical negligence, we do motor vehicle accident claims, we do unlawful arrests, so we do civil litigations. But in the law firms that I served articles at, we were also doing criminal litigations. We were doing everything. We did not specialize.
So do you enjoy the civil litigation one?
A lot.
And what is it all about, the civil litigation?
It's claiming. You're just claiming. Either you're claiming against the road accident fund, you're claiming against the Minister of Health for medical negligence, you're claiming against the Minister of Police for unlawful arrest, you're claiming. Yeah, it's just a matter of claiming.
Then in future, do you plan on changing what you specialize in, or do you want to continue in the civil litigation?
I would prefer to continue in the civil litigation.
And do you think that enough, and like, what should one consider before they choose the specialization? Like, what should one consider, like, about themselves? Does it have to do with your passion? Maybe if you want to go into civilization, to, what's this? Civil litigation, do I have to check my personalities, my interest, or?
No, I don't think. I don't think that has an influence on what you do. I hope you answered.
Yeah. And a lot of people think that law is all about going to court and representing clients. Can you please tell us more if that's correct or what?
Being a lawyer is not just about going to court. Remember how the case starts.
Yeah.
You need to be a good listener, because it starts with consultation with client and giving advice. So you need to be very much knowledgeable. You need to, and then you also need good drafting skills, because you need to draft documents that will be challenged by another lawyer.
Yeah.
So it's not just about going to court. Going to court is actually the last step.
And how does it feel when you win a case?
It's obviously it's satisfactory, because that is the whole point. You want to satisfy your client, so that tomorrow you can get more clients. So it's beautiful. Winning a case, it's very much.
Then when you lose a case, how does it feel? Do you feel any disappointed?
A whole lot of disappointment, yeah. Because even with civil cases, they take time to go to court. So imagine the hard work and then getting to court to just get a judgment that is not in your favor.
It becomes a problem.
Nice.
And how do clients face you when you lose a case?
Obviously, throughout the case, you tell client that by the look of things, this might be the outcome. So you prepare your client. So by the time that the judgment comes out, client does understand, but well, you wouldn't know what they say after.
Okay, and I see in your bio that you're doing your master's this year. Why did you choose to study further, to go beyond the degree?
I love studying, and I don't want to be comfortable, and I like to know more. I'm that person, so that is why I decided to register for my master's in corporate law. And the reason why I chose corporate law is because I wish to open my law firm in the near future. So I feel that understanding how, because corporate law is company law, so understanding how companies operate and all that would be advantages for somebody who would like to run her own practice.
It is, yeah. So that's why you went to the corporate law. You want to master your business skills.
Yes.
Then if you want to open a law firm, do you have to do any short business course or something in the law field?
Now with the new Legal Practice Act, you are required to do your practice management course, but it takes about 4 months and you only attend on Saturdays, so it's not hectic.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
Yeah, it is.
So do you plan on getting a doctorate or something?
Yes, after my master's I'll definitely do my PhD.
So this career is perfect for you because you're someone who loves books, who loves reading. Because I think that's something you need in law. Eh?
Yes, you really need that because laws change every now and then. Statutes get changed. So you need to be updated all the time. And the only way to update yourself is through reading. Reading new legislations, reading books, so that you don't go to court and not be relevant.
So reading is important in this field.
Very much important.
Then one of my friends asked this question: do you think it's important to volunteer while you're still studying?
It is important to volunteer, yeah, so that you can get the exposure again, so that you can see what really happens in real life, in real practice.
It is, yeah.
So yeah, it is advantageous to volunteer.
And somewhere during the week and then which field you are more passionate about?
Passionate about, yeah, exactly.
Then the last question they asked me, do you think in law it's important to know people?
Yes, you need to network, you need to know people. Because remember, you will need clients every now and then, so at least they can recommend them to you if you know people. So yeah.
And for someone your age is doing the most, what advice would you have to give to our young women who are watching this, since it's Women's Month?
You just need to, first of all, don't just follow a career because that's what you qualify for, or rather that's what your matric certificate qualifies you to do. Do something that you love, do something that you're passionate about, because it's a long-term decision. It will affect you for the rest of your life, because that is what you will do for the rest of your life. So if it's not what you love, then it will get boring, or you will not be able to deal with the challenges that you you face, exactly. But if it's something that you love, then you can always overcome.
And you mentioned something, don't do a career because your matric certificate says you qualify for a certain career.
Yes.
And if you can check the major reason for dropouts in varsity, it's not because of the course, it's because people do what they don't love.
Exactly, they just do what they can be admitted in.
Then when they get inside that course, they are born with
this is not for me.
So it's important to discover your purpose and know what is it that you love doing and go and study that career. So what last words would you love to say to our fans as we are about to close the interview? Or you don't have anything to say?
I don't have anything. I think I've said about all.
Okay, then where can they find you on social media if they want some advice or something? If you don't mind sharing your details.
I don't mind. On Facebook, I'm Kali Rendwe Matilonga Marata. I don't think that's easy to remember. And then on Instagram, it's Kali, CARLY _Rendwe. Yes.
Okay guys, thank you for watching. May you please tune in and continue to like, share and subscribe. And thank you. Mandela.